For me, it's about the law and people. How am I supposed to quantify the value of these things when I don't have evidence?
I'm sorry.
And how people can resolve their problems and just be better for it.
Justice with passion.
I always knew I was going to go into law because I tried to see everybody's point of view in an argument. You say one thing, she says another. So who am I to believe?
Justice with truth.
Either you make the decision or I make the decision. You won't like mine.
This is Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Ken Mueller is suing Dmitry Ivanov in the amount of $4,400. Mr. Mueller claims his former partner brought home a lover without his consent and says the stranger frightened his young daughter and Mr. Ivanov is to blame.
Good afternoon. Mr. Mueller, you are suing the defendant, Mr. Ivanov, for $4,400 based on expenses that you incurred taking care of your child. Is that correct?
No,
Yes,
Your Honor.
Your Honor.
It's rent. It's for rent.
It's for rent. All right. So why don't you explain what happened, Mr. Mueller?
Yes, Your Honor. Our she was 2.5 at the time, year old daughter, tumbled down a flight of stairs and had a major spinal injury, spinal injury.
It was an accident, Your Honor.
How did, Mr. Ivanov, he's the plaintiff, he's suing you. So I need to understand why he's suing you, and then you can tell me, yes, he's right, he's wrong. So let him explain why he's here, okay? So let's try not to interrupt him, all right?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, so then go ahead, Mr. Mueller. So
Yes.
The baby, what is her name?
Crystal.
Crystal. She's your child that you both have, so you both are parents.
Yes.
Yes.
She's 2.5 now.
Yes.
Or 3
she's gonna
years
be
old
3,
now.
yes.
She was 2.5 at the time
so
of the
she's
accident.
she's 3 now. I understand, based from your statement submitted to the court, you live together in a family home.
Yes.
You two broke up
Yes.
and decided to maintain that stable environment for her.
Yes.
Yes.
Correct?
Yes.
So
And that's why we kept the house.
So you kept the house. So you
Yes.
switch off 1 week on, 1 week off.
Yes.
All
I
right.
actually,
And we both have our own place as well.
Okay, got it. What happened to Crystal?
She was startled by Edwin's boyfriend, Mark, and she yelled stranger danger, like we have taught her to do, and run the other way. She ran the other way. They did not lock the childproof gate, and she tumbled down the stairs and had a major spinal injury.
Wow. Okay.
This is the emotional core of the case, and the judge recognizes it immediately. A 2.5-year-old child suffering a spinal injury is not something any court takes lightly. But notice what Judge Perez does here. She acknowledges the seriousness while refusing to let emotion override legal structure. Courts can empathize without abandoning standards of proof. The injury itself is tragic, but tragedy alone does not establish financial liability. What matters legally is causation and damages. Was the injury foreseeable? Was there negligence? And most importantly, did that negligence create a measurable financial loss that the court can compensate? This moment pulls viewers in emotionally. But the judge is already preparing to separate sympathy from solvable legal questions.
How
Once
is
again,
she
Your Honor,
today?
it was an accident.
How is she today?
She's fine now. She had 2 months of physical therapy.
Because she's a child.
If
No,
I
Mr.
can
Ivanov,
present-
please.
If I can present a picture.
Mr. Ivanov, you don't think that a 2.5-year-old child having a spinal injury is serious, that it's just an accident?
Your Honor,
I mean,
kids
you mean
get
to tell
injured
me,
all the time.
Okay, but this is a spinal injury that required surgery. Is it that flip for you?
Of course, as a father, I was heartbroken at the time.
Okay,
Your
so
Honor,
then just try not to interrupt, okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, so she's okay now.
Yes, she is okay now.
No future repercussions. Will she be able to do whatever she wants?
Yes,
Nothing.
she can finally hang out with her friends again.
Okay, so no issues, thank God. Okay.
Yes, yes.
So then why is it that you are here suing for the $4,400?
For his rent.
Because he,
Mr. Ivanov, if you interrupt me one more time, that means I will have to have Cinder walk you out of the courtroom, and you will not be able to defend yourself, and I will only be able to take your case based on the evidence you submitted in your statement. Would you like me to do that now?
No, Your Honor.
Okay, go ahead, Mr. Mueller.
I am suing him for $4,400 because he was negligent and breached our parenting contract which if I can present the evidence to Your Honor.
I have a copy. Go ahead and send me.
Perfect.
Okay.
We broke up and put a parenting plan together of how we would parent Crystal under the same roof.
Okay, is this true, Mr. Ivanov? You can speak now.
That is true. Yes.
Okay, so I have a 6-page document that is called Parenting Plan.
Yes.
So
Correct.
this is what you both signed.
Yes, that is
Correct.
correct.
Okay, all right, Mr. Ivanov, please. So what is so important about the parenting plan?
There is a week that I am in the house with Crystal, and then there's a week on page 2.
Okay,
Actually, you'll see.
that sets forth the schedule that you guys alternate week after week. We
Yes,
discussed
and
that, yes?
yearly for holidays, except Father's Day, we're both there.
Okay. Health insurance you split?
Yes.
All medical insurance you split?
Yes.
So what else? What else, Mr.
There's
Ball?
additional terms at the very last page.
Okay, I'll look at
We
it. I'll look at it.
agreed that both parents should be okay with Crystal meeting a significant other.
Okay.
And that was a breach in contract because Edwin had Mark over at the house. He snuck him into
By
our home
accident, Your Honor.
while Crystal. What did she say?
Okay, one second. Let's get the facts straight. So in this contract you both signed, there's a section that says both parents agreed that significant others will not be introduced to the child without consent from the other parent. What does that mean to you, Mr. Ivanov?
At this point, the show deliberately heightens tension, but legally, the case is narrowing. The question is no longer did something wrong happen, but rather, is this the right court for it? The judge is clearly signaling that violations of parenting agreements and child safety concerns belong in family court, where custody arrangements and parenting consequences can be modified. Small claims court cannot punish behavior, it can only compensate losses. That distinction is everything. Viewers should ask themselves, if this case were in family court instead, would the outcome look very different? Almost certainly.
It just means that I cannot introduce someone new that I am dating to my daughter without talking to him first.
Okay.
Coming up on Justice for All.
He came upstairs to use the bathroom that was near my daughter's room. Crystal woke up and he just...
See? You see? Things happen that you least expect them.
And later,
She just had an extra $5,400.
It's not like she had an extra $5,400. She had no license at all.
if you'll be in the Los Angeles area and want to bring your case to court, call 1-888-552-6878. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Ken Mahler, who is suing Dmitry Ivanov for breach of contract.
What happened on the day of Crystal's injury?
Okay, so this is what happened. It was past 8 p.m. She was asleep. And that night, my fiance now, Mark, it was his birthday. And I wanted to celebrate. We were having wine, and we finished wine.
Where were you having wine?
In my apartment.
In our home.
In our home.
You were in our
home, sorry.
home.
Okay, so then your boyfriend was in the house when your daughter was there.
Yes, but she was asleep. It was past 8 p.m. She's a heavy sleeper. She was asleep.
Okay, so you had wine with him in the home where Crystal lives.
Yes, we shared one bottle of wine.
Okay.
Then afterwards, we just
bottles.
went to bed. It was one
Okay,
bottle.
so you went to bed. So that means that you violated the contract.
Mark knew this, and he was gonna leave very early in the morning, before dawn. It was gonna be 5
But what if
a.m.
baby girl woke up early for some reason, and then she met him and saw him there?
Your Honor, chances of that happening was
It
not.
doesn't. The chances. So then you didn't take this seriously, or you didn't take the fact that you had to respect her father seriously because you had your boyfriend spend the night.
Your
So
Honor, it was an
happened?
accident. It was not planned.
So what happened?
So I was asleep, and I thought Mark was asleep too, but he got hungry in the middle of the night, so he went downstairs to make a sandwich. Then afterwards, he came upstairs to use the bathroom that was near my daughter's room, and Crystal woke up, and he just...
You see, things happen that you least expect them. So Crystal woke up, and what happened?
We always told her, stranger danger, you know, if you don't know someone, you know, like tell us, like don't talk to someone you don't know. And like she sees him and obviously she has never met him, so she's super scared. She screams and stranger danger, and like she turns around and like there stays there, and like she just falls down the stairs, and like she was so scared. But it was purely an accident, Your Honor. It was not planned that I was like, if I wanted to introduce them.
Of course it was planned. Don't tell me it was an accident. You both agreed, spend the night knowing you were going to violate the parental agreement. Because it's very easy for him to go home. You have to say, Mark, you got to go home. My kid can't meet you. My baby girl can't meet you because I'm going to violate the parenting agreement. And I could have consequences in the family court because this part of this case, Mr. Mahler, belongs in family court. The fact that he violated...
This is one of the most legally instructive moments of the episode. Judge Perez explicitly explains jurisdiction, something many viewers and litigants misunderstand. She acknowledges negligence and breach, but firmly states that the consequences of those actions must be handled in family court. Small claims court cannot restructure parenting agreements or impose consequences for custody violations. This is judicial restraint in action. The judge is saying, I see the wrongdoing, but I am not empowered to fix it here. That's not avoidance. That's the law working as designed.
The parental agreement and that your daughter got injured due to his negligence and his breaking, that belongs in family court that you need to figure out how to fix. That does not belong in small claims court, okay? Now, let's talk about the rent. Why are you suing him for $4,400 for rent? I don't see that in here. I mean, it would have been a great idea that you put a consequence. If you violate this, this is what could happen. So that's why I think it's very important that you go back to family court and try to figure, or go back to your family attorney, really, and figure out how you can change this and what consequences should happen to this. Okay? Because you didn't put an if. So why does, I mean, you're still paying rent for your apartment.
Yes.
So then why does he owe you the rent?
Because if it wasn't for him breaching our contract, I would not have had to stay a full 2 months under the family home. We would have been alternating like our schedule
But you still would have had to pay rent. If you're telling me, you know what, I'm actually suing because I lost 2 jobs because I'm a freelance contractor and because I had to stay home with Crystal because he was so negligent, that makes sense, right? Because you have a damage that is quantifiable. Paying rent is not, I know what you're trying to do. This is those cases. Listen, I am here because I want to teach him a lesson. I get it. But the damage is not quantifiable. Do you understand what? You would have paid for rent anyway. You guys split medical expenses. Based on that, I cannot entertain that this court would grant you $4,400 because that's something you paid anyway. Did you lose job? Did you lose work? Did your
I work
your
from
job?
home, but my job allowed me to take care of Crystal. I wanted the $4,400 in rent because this was a traumatic experience for me. I could have lost my baby.
I understand that, and I understand why you are here, and you've proven your point.
This is one of the hardest moments for plaintiffs, when emotional truth collides with legal reality. The judge acknowledges the trauma, validates the fear, and still denies the claim. That's not cruelty, that's judicial responsibility. Courts cannot assign dollar values to emotional suffering in small claims unless statutes explicitly allow it. The judge's tone makes clear, your pain is real, but this court cannot monetize it. Viewers should recognize how often people enter court expecting validation, when the court's role is resolution, not therapy.
So that point has been proven. If that's what your purpose was today, you have done it. But based on the evidence, Mr. Mahler, I do not find this court, I do not find that this court can reimburse you for rent, as that is not a real tangible damage that you incurred due to the negligence of the defendant, okay? So based on that, I will deny your claim.
All rise.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the defendant. The plaintiff's claim has been denied.
Just admit you were negligent, and it won't happen again.
You're just jealous because you're alone. I have Mark.
Let's go.
Coming up on Justice for All.
And I asked her if she had the car. She said yes. I said, could you please return the car back to my house? And she told me no.
Okay.
So after that, I just got on the phone and called 911.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. Kelly Hale is suing Janet Thomas in the amount of $5,400. Ms. Hale claims she paid the defendant to buy her a car and hold it until her license was reinstated, and says Ms. Thomas kept the vehicle instead.
Okay, ladies, good afternoon. Ms. Hale, you are suing Janet Thomas, the defendant, for $5,400.
This second case shifts gears completely, from parenting agreements to property ownership and trust. Unlike the first case, this dispute revolves around a clear sum of money, a specific asset, and documented intent. The contrast is intentional. Where the first case struggled with quantification, this one is built entirely on it. And that difference will drive a very different outcome.
Which is the value of a car you purchased. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, so please give me the facts.
All right, so Your Honor, me and Miss Janet's son were dating for about 6 years off and on. We have a son together, but I had her get a car for me.
What do you mean you had to get a car for you?
So
explain.
my license was suspended, so she was going to get the title in her name and hold the car for me until I got my license.
So did you hand her over $5,400?
I did. I made the payments and I have the evidence.
Yeah, please go ahead. So is it true, Ms. Thomas, Ms. Hale gave you $5,400?
Yes.
You used her money to buy the car?
Yes.
You put it in your name because you were buying the car because she didn't quite have her license yet.
Correct.
Okay. But when she was going to get her license, what was the deal? Explain, Ms. Hale.
So the deal was that once I got my license, then she would give the car back to me and I would sign the title into my... She would sign the title? Yeah, she would sign the title over to me.
And how long was she going to have the car in her name?
I told her, give me a couple of months until I can get my license.
And then what was she going to do with the car for a couple of months?
We agreed that she would be able to use the car.
Oh, okay.
And she told me that she would pay insurance and everything on the car while she was using the car.
Coming up.
And they asked, whose car is this? I have the paperwork right here.
You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez. We're back with the case of Kelly Hale, who is suing Janet Thomas for the value of a car.
The agreement was that once you got her license, you would sign over title to her, correct?
No, part of it is made up. We had an agreement.
So who gave you $5,400?
It was her money.
Okay, to buy a car.
Yes.
Was she gifting you a car?
Somewhat.
Oh, she was going to give you a car.
Yes.
So she's trying to get her life together, the son of your grandson. You know that she's trying to put it all together. She just had an extra $5,400.
It's not like she had an extra $5,400. She had no license at all.
We know that.
She had no license. Her license was taken away from her because
she had tickets.
Tickets.
Yeah,
and
I got
she
that.
also had a DUI.
Okay, I got it. So then what happened, Ms. Hale?
So one of her family members called me up and let me know that they saw someone else driving the car, and the someone else happened to be her son's other child's mother.
Okay.
And she allowed that person to drive the car, knowing that I don't trust that person, I don't like that person, so it was kind of like a conflict of interest on my end. I just went and got my car.
So then you just went up and picked up your car. Did you tell her you were picking up the car?
No, I didn't.
No, you just picked it up, and then what happened?
And I took it back to my house.
Okay. And then, Ms. Thomas, did you know who took the car?
She called me.
I called her, and I asked her if she had the car. She said yes. I said, could you please return the car back to my house? And she told me no.
Okay.
So after that, I just got on the phone and called 911. And the police came.
Stop. Wow.
That's right. They went to her house directly, and they asked, whose car is this? I have the paperwork right here.
I have a copy.
Okay.
That's
and it
the
has
original.
my name on it.
Is that the original?
This is the original.
Okay, good. You keep it safe.
Okay.
Well, actually, can I have the original title?
Okay.
This moment seals the case. Title ownership is decisive in vehicle disputes. Even though the defendant's name appears on the title, the judge looks beyond formality to intent and consideration. The money came from the plaintiff. The purpose was temporary holding. That establishes a constructive trust. The judge's remedy, transferring the car for $1, is elegant and legally sound. It restores ownership without reopening financial disputes. This is equity in action.
Judge Perez's verdict when Justice for All returns. You're watching Justice for All with Judge Cristina Perez.
So I understand the police really went easy on you and they did not arrest you. They understood what was going on, and you came scot-free.
Yes, so
Now, I need you to understand, Ms. Hale, you cannot do that because you could have gotten, with all respect to the amazing police officers out there, Senator and I talk about this all the time, you could have gotten some that did not see that. They would have seen you, they would have seen the car, they would have seen that you were a black woman, and what do you think they would have done?
much worse.
And I can't believe that the grandmother of your son didn't even think twice about that before she called the cops, knowing that that car was really yours.
It was because of me they did not arrest her.
Do not interrupt me anymore. Now we know she has her license, and that car belongs to the plaintiff. So this is the original title. You are going to sell that car to Ms. Hale for $1, and you will have it properly notarized. That is the order of this court, whether you like it or not. Okay?
Yes, Your Honor.
Good luck, ladies.
All rise.
Judge Perez has ruled in favor of the plaintiff.
What we witnessed today were two very different legal lessons. In the first case, emotion and breach collided with jurisdictional limits, reminding us that not every wrong can be fixed in every courtroom. In the second, clear evidence, intent, and ownership aligned, allowing the court to deliver precise justice. Judge Perez demonstrated something every viewer should remember. The law doesn't reward who hurts more, it rewards who proves more. If you found these cases as eye-opening as we did, make sure to hit that like button, share your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more sharp, no-nonsense courtroom breakdowns that cut through emotion and deliver the truth behind the verdicts.